Vegetarian nachos, Richo, are something that I would make probably once a week. My kids absolutely love it, and for me, it's a really nutritious, easy to cook meal.
Well, you were going vegetarian, and because you said nachos, you got me back in again. I love nachos.
I lost him, then I got him back. So this is really easy, and with this dish, Richo, it's really important to say that canned beans are 80 cents a can. They count in your veg intake. They're easy to use. So if you're struggling to get veggies into your diet and you're trying to hit the 5 serves per day and you're going, how do I do it? This is where you can start potentially.
A can of beans is great as long as they're not the baked beans.
Even those are good for you, just go for low salt, ideally.
Gotcha. Yep.
But that still counts in your veg intake. Now, I have got some onion and garlic browned off already, basis to any Preeya dish, as you know. I've then got some red beans here, Richo, which I think are integral to this dish. My daughter would agree.
I'm loving it.
And 4-bean mix, again, all good for you.
I'm noticing your kids are quite adventurous.
Well, I think it's a lot to do with the fact that they don't have much choice, potentially, with me as their mother, poor things.
Okay.
And then I add my 2 spices, because it's kid-friendly, are cumin and paprika. So these both go in with the beans. Beautiful.
Throw the zucchini in?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
Holy moly. Holy moly, guacamole. Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
Don't worry. Yes, can you please slice them for me?
I can slice them
Thank you very much. So what I do is, yes, these are about beans, but then I chuck in even more veg, Richo. And can I just tell you, with my nachos, you will get a massive serve of veg.
I'm loving the hands out here. There we go.
She's so excited.
It's like happy hands. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, correct.
Disco hands?
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers,
correct.
that's
He's
it.
watched Bring It On, the cheerleader movie. Thanks for admitting that. And now I add some canned tomato. Again, go for a low salt version if you can.
But if you had some squishy tomatoes in the back of the fridge, throw them in.
Yes, anything squishy in your fridge can go into this dish. But, you know, food wastage is a real problem. That's another bugbear of mine. So I just put everything into my vegetarian nachos, please.
I have teenage sons, so food wastage is never a problem.
You've never had this problem.
There's nothing left.
I love it. I have the similar issue with my 21-month-old. So nice. Good to know we're in a similar place in our life. Let's move on to the hero of this. This is about avocado. Guacamole. Let's do this. Can we have the bowl in? You do this one, I'll do this one.
And what are we trying to do with this? We want to smash it up?
Yeah, it doesn't actually matter what it looks like. So for once, it's not a competition, Richo. Okay. And we can just do this and it's absolutely fine.
I love it. Never done that before. Squeeze it out.
Never done it before.
Look at that. Squeeze it out like
there
that.
There you go.
Now, taking the pip out, a lot of people will do this with the knife. I do it because I've been cooking for years and years, but you should put it on the board here like this, give it a bit of a tap and then twist it.
Correct.
You like that?
Correct. And my husband, the hand surgeon, would be very grateful to you, Richo, for telling everyone that.
I like that.
Preserving tendons and nerves across Australia.
Well, I was thinking he might be a bit disappointed because that's what he does a lot of work of, fixing people who have cut themselves open.
He doesn't want to see people hurt,
okay.
Richo. No. And in here, you chuck even more veggies in this heroic guacamole that's going on top.
Oh, I like this. Now, for me, nachos, if I wanted to make it really fancy, I'd put some Texan beef in there.
Yep.
And I have this habanero sauce in my pantry that is really, really hot. And there was one time where I spilt it in there and it became so hot that no one ate the nachos except me.
Oh,
I was sweating like I was in a sauna, but it was a delicious nachos.
What a glamorous story, Richo.
Have a think about that one.
I love it. Okay. So, Richo, this is slowly melting down. You're doing jalapenos, which adds that real zing to this. Again, for kids, you might leave it out, but my kids can handle a bit of jalapeno, just saying.
Love
Not
jalapeno.
Getting competitive about how awesome my children are.
Love jalapeno.
Now we're gonna, chop them up for me, please. And I'll start mashing this together. Now, the beautiful thing about my guacamole is that you're getting veggies in there, you're getting more veggies on top, and you can use this as a dip. So if there's any left over, pop this in the fridge with a pip in it.
The other thing is that avocados are light sensitive. So if you leave them out in the light, they'll oxidise really quickly. So if you cover them up, then they will last a lot longer without going brown and oxidising. Or ascorbic acid, the powdered ascorbic acid, that is a great way of stopping it from oxidising as well.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Good, solid dose of pepper that's gone in there, Richo, for some flavour. That's plenty, actually.
That's plenty? Okay.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm going to sneak that without cutting my fingers.
I'm really loving that you put tomato in guacamole. I think it is a really, really nice guacamole. Do you want some spring onions cut?
Yes, please.
I
Perfect.
can do that.
I agree with you. It adds some sweetness to the dish.
Gotcha.
And also some moisture, some texture. So my guacamole will always have red onion and tomato in it. That's a Preeya staple.
It's a nice, healthy dish.
Oh, it's so good. So I'm going to use this on nachos, but you can dip anything in there. So, Richo, we're going to put the spring onion in there. This is going to simmer down for another 15 minutes, get it all soft and glorious, and then we're going to put the nachos in the oven.
Can I have a little bit of this?
Go on. at this, Richo. Softened, your zucchini soft, your mushroom soft. Look at all the rainbows in there.
It's almost like a ratatouille kind of thing.
You're right, it almost is like a ratatouille. Can I be honest with you? So my kids love this on nachos. I have this on rice or just on its own with some Greek yogurt. That is a very nutritious meal. Here we go, let's bring this over.
Let me do that for you.
Thank you. Thanks, Richo. If only you were there every day to help me make the nachos. Now, look at these rainbows. I believe in everything in moderation. Okay, so we've got so many rainbows in there. We've got good quality tortilla chips, and now you need a really beautiful, glorious, generous helping of cheese.
That's just take it easy there. That's a bit much
Well,
cheese.
I would actually say you need a bit more than you think. We know that a lot of us don't get enough calcium in our diet, which is good for our bones, and so there it is.
Go on, put the rest of it on.
Yeah,
there.
go on, go for it. Can
Live
you
on the
chuck
edge.
that in the oven for me, Richo? That's going to go in the oven, bit of top heat, 200 degrees for about 15 minutes, get that cheese all melted. Then we're going to pile even more goodness on top. Look at this cheesy goodness, Richo.
I'm loving it.
Are you salivating slightly looking at it?
I almost feel like you've ripped off one of my recipes. It's a cracker.
Well, there's so many veggies in there. I think there's this notion that if you put cheese on it, it's not good for you, and I disagree. And you can eat everything, just eat it in moderation. And you do need some dairy in your diet if you're not allergic to it or lactose intolerant. So some fresh lettuce goes on top of this.
There's so much rainbow on this, I'm thinking there's going to be a leprechaun and a pot of gold somewhere close by.
So, Richo, with the avocado, you have to go hard with the guacamole, and of course, guacamole is the hero of this. I'm doing a Richo wrist flick here. Do you like that, Chef?
There's no one that goes harder than me when it comes to guacamole.
Really?
Yep.
So you got to lather it on. This is the freshness. This is that, you know, the jalapenos. This just takes it. He's going to put it all on. I thought it was going into your mouth.
I'm going to have some of this.
Then, of course, you need some sour cream. What are nachos without sour cream, Richo? Which I tell you what, I was eyeing that off, but anyway. And look at that, Richo. Is that not nacho perfection, packed with veg? The whole family's going to love it.
Now, can we tuck into it?
We can. Go for it. Oh, you're going with fingers.
You can't
The
eat
pour is in there.
You can't eat nachos with a fork. You've got to eat them with your
I'm getting
fingers.
some of this goodness here.
Look at that gooey cheese.
Yeah, see, I did that. I actually do that anyway. That wasn't even for you, Richo.
That's delicious. I love the beans in there. Lots of flavour.
I have to say, that is fresh, that is plenty of veggies, that is high in fibre, that is family friendly, so easy to make. Make extra bean mix and put it in your fridge.
It's delicious. It's perfect. I'm going to eat the rest of this. It's good.